Chito Vera's win over Sean O'Malley was not a fluke win, okay? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I believe that his win should be credited as a normal win and not some fluke win, as many of the MMA community likes to believe. Now, I know you're immediately jumping to the fact that in the rematch, Chito got the shit beat out of him, right? And Sean O'Malley put on a masterclass, right? So, obviously, I'm not delusional to say, like, these wins are on the same level, but I still do believe that Chito's win against him should be counted as a win. It shouldn't be this fluke win that, you know, Chito is a fucking bum and this is his only good win and he's a fucking flukester, right? I don't think so, guys, because in my opinion, the perennial nerve kick that Chito landed is not that different from knocking out an opponent, okay? And I know that's gonna sound fucking crazy, but if we're looking at it realistically, knocking out an opponent is just stopping an opponent, right? Stopping them in their fucking tracks. And so if you perennial nerve kick somebody, if you perennial nerve kick them, that is a way of stopping your fucking opponent, right? You're injuring your opponent given, but still, the UFC counts these injury losses. They do count those as wins for the opponent, right? You've seen guys break a person's fucking arm in the octagon, like Kevin Holland and Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, and it's counted as a win for Kevin Holland because he fucking injured his opponent and he basically put him out. He wasn't able to fight. That's exactly what happened in this situation. So I know that the chances of him hitting that perennial nerve kick are like 1 in a fucking million or whatever, but it's still not gonna change the fact that it did happen, right? It's not gonna change the fact that it did happen, and Chito did hit Sean O'Malley's nerve with his fucking big Ecuadorian toe or whatever, but you know, it's a fucking win, okay? Because he hit his nerve and he fucking stopped him in his place, right? And let me also bring this up. I want to bring up the McGregor versus Dustin trilogy. So I know a lot of people would maybe say that's a win for Dustin because Dustin got to showcase himself and he looked good before the stoppage, but in my opinion, that is a perfect example of something that is a fluke win, and that should not be counted as a win for Dustin because let's look at it. McGregor caused the injury to himself. He stepped back. It's very evident when you look at the replay. He was stepping back and he fucking tore his shin or, you know, whatever. The way he fucking, his ankle twisted, it was just a complete shit show, right? And it was obvious that McGregor caused it to himself. It wasn't from checking leg kicks or something like that, right? So that is a great example of something that your opponent isn't causing to you and something that you caused to yourself. So if you're causing an injury to yourself, in my opinion, that should not be counted as a win for the opponent. But in this case, the Chito Vera case, I don't see it that different from a leg kick TKO, for example. You know, you've seen these leg kick TKOs happen in the past where an opponent hits your leg so many fucking times, or kicks your leg, so many times that you are like out of commission. You cannot walk, you can't walk around the octagon or move, so they have to fucking end the fight. So how is it that different from Chito getting it done in one blow, right? I obviously recognize that there's a certain amount of luck to it, right? It's not something that Chito would probably land ever again in his career, but when you look at it realistically, Chito put a stop to Sean O'Malley, okay? He stopped him in the octagon, so that should be counted as a win. It's the way that Chito normally wins. He wins by stopping his opponent. He kind of relies on these knockouts and, you know, the submissions back in the day and stuff. So he is a guy that goes in there to stop his opponent. He's not there to put a 5-round masterclass against you like Sean O'Malley, right? Sean O'Malley in many cases is a guy who, you know, he can outclass you on the feet, right? And he's shown it, especially against Chito Vera. So that's a perfect example of why his win should be counted as a normal win too. But if Chito Vera, like, I don't know why it's so hard for people to say that Chito's win is an actual win, right? Because I think they go to the idea that the nerve kick would never happen again. And sure, it might never happen again, but you know what else might never happen again? A lucky knockout. If it were a lucky knockout, like, let's say, let's look at another knockout, for example. Let's look at Leon Edwards' head kick against Usman. How many times do you think that would fucking happen if we replayed that fight a bunch of times? You know, obviously Leon could win by decision. He's shown it. But how many times do you think he would win by that head kick? It was very specific circumstances. So I personally see those circumstances similarly to this, right? It's very specific circumstances, and it probably wouldn't happen if they fought again. But you know what else probably wouldn't happen? A knockout. But it could happen. There is always a probability of something happening. So you can't, just because it's a fucking toe kick or, you know, whatever the fuck it was, you can't discredit it, right? Because if it were a knockout, we would be saying, hey, whatever. Or no, we would actually probably be saying it's a fluke knockout too, because people like to put down Chito. But, you know, that's also what pisses me off about the Dustin McGregor thing is you'll hear people saying Dustin is 2-1 with McGregor. he's 1-1 with McGregor. If you're going to count the Dustin trilogy win, you're fucking delusional, and you should for sure be counting this as a win, okay? Because I'm not delusional enough to count that as a win, but I still will count this as a win. You know, you can call me delusional, but I've tried my best to explain why I believe that this is an actual win for Chito, okay? I know he wouldn't land that nerve kick again. You know, I know every time on MMA YouTube I hear, why the fuck didn't Chito land that perennial nerve kick again, bro? Yeah, I know it's a lucky shot, but a KO is a lucky shot, okay? There are circumstances where people land KOs and they're not necessarily flukes, okay? They're not flukes, they're just lucky KOs. So maybe Sean O'Malley, well, no, I'll say this. Sean O'Malley is the more skilled fighter, right? He is definitely the more skilled striker, especially. And so he's proven that he might be a better fighter than Chito, but Chito has still won against him, okay? I don't like when people say that, you know, Sean got that one. Sure, he got that one back, but it doesn't take away the fact that Chito still won, okay? Chito has still won. Sean O'Malley is not undefeated. I won't even get into the Yan fight, which I personally see as a complete robbery, but I won't get into that, okay? But I don't see Sean as this undefeated guy, you know, when he tosses up to 0 because of this fight, okay? So hate on me all you want, call me a Chito fucking glazer, but I'm sorry, I'm trying my best to be objective and say that, you know, a nerve kick, just because it's a lucky shot doesn't mean that it shouldn't be fucking counted, okay? Because it was something that Chito inflicted. We very clearly saw that that was the reason why Sean O'Malley was limping. Unlike McGregor. McGregor wasn't fucking tearing his calf or his fucking shin in half because he stepped back. It wasn't related to Dustin. So I'm sorry for bringing up that fight, but that's kind of what I want to use as a comparison. And so, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to count as a win, but I just want to say why I think that it is actually a win and why I believe that I will count it as a win in the future. You know, if I'm ever ranking Chito or if I'm ever discussing Sean O'Malley's losses or something. I just wanted to make a quick video on it. You know, I'm sorry if I yapped a little or repeated myself. Just want to get my point across, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Let me know in the comments if you guys fucking hate me or if you hate Chito or if, you know, I'm a stupid fucking bitch.
That guy's fucking retarded.
For saying that this isn't a fucking fluke win. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Leave a like, comment, and yeah, subscribe. Peace.